Adaptation in animals. Learning objectives. Adaptation to different habitat. Adaptation for protection. Adaptation for food. Extinct and endangered animals. Like plants, animals live everywhere on Earth. They live in deepest point of ocean and on highest rise of mountains. They can be seen in the hottest deserts, as well as in very cold places. Animals can live in many different places in the world because they have special adaptations to the area they live in. Camel in desert. Polar bear in Antarctica. Whale in water. Bird in sky. What is an adaptation? In the world, a plant or an animal adapts or changes itself to fit its surroundings. Changing oneself according to its surrounding is called adaptation. Adaptation helps the animals to survive, or live, in its environment. Animals depend on their physical features to obtain food, keep safe, build homes, withstand weather and attract mates. Structural change for adjusting with surrounding is called physical adaptation. Behavior adaptations are activities that help an animal to survive. An animal may be born with behavior adaptations or might have learnt it. For example, moving in large groups is a behavior adaptation. Examples of animal adaptation. 1. Birds are small creatures. It is very difficult for them to find food or shelter by walking, so with the course of time their forelimbs, i.e., hands, convert to wings. 2. Skin of polar bear is thick and furry, which keeps it warm in severe cold condition. 3. Scales of snakes help them to crawl over soil surface. We will understand above given and other examples of adaptations in subsequent reading. Adaptation to different habitat. Based on the habitat, animals can be grouped as terrestrial, aquatic, amphibians, arboreal and aerial. Terrestrial animals adaptation. Animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. According to their habits and ways of living, terrestrial animals may be runners, burrowers, diggers, climbers and flyers. Horses, lions, elephants, deer and camels are terrestrial animals. Camels are called the ships of deserts. Camels have the following suitable characteristics to survive in hot environment. A camel has 2 rows of long and thick eyelashes to keep away itself from the blowing sand of the desert. Its nostrils can be closed to prevent the blowing sand from getting in. It has a thick skin, which protects it from the hot sun and cold. Its hump that stores fat and water helps a camel survive for long days without food and water. Camel. Muskox. Elephant. Some desert mammals like mule, deer adapt to harsh climatic conditions by remaining active only during the first few hours of dawn and dusk. A similar adaptation is found in a muskox. It also has 2 layers of fur. The air trapped between the layers helps it thrive in the cold climates. Polar bears, which live in very cold places, have adapted to the aquatic environment. They have a thick layer of fat and dense layers of fur to protect them from the cold. Some animals such as seals, penguins and walrus have a thick layer of fat called blubber. The layer of blubber on their body serves as an effective insulation and helps them to maintain a normal body temperature. Some animals such as rats, lizards and snakes cannot bear cold. They show very little activity during the winter. This is called hibernation. During summer, they eat as much as they can and store the fat. Polar bear, snake, walrus, lizard. Aquatic animals. Animals living in water are called aquatic animals. Different kinds of freshwater or marine animals like sponges, crabs, fishes, whales and dolphins adapt features for their life in the water. Head, body and tail are flat to make fish suitable to move in water. They have 5 fins to help them swim and maintain their balance in water. Fishes breathe by air dissolved in water using special organs called gills. Some fish have a swim bladder which is filled with air to help maintain buoyancy. Frogs and ducks have webbed feet to help them paddle in the water. Dolphins and whales do not have gills. They have to come up to the surface of the water to breathe. Dolphin, fish, octopus, seahorse. Amphibians. Animals like frogs, toads, newts and salamanders live on both water and land. They are called amphibians. They begin their life with gills for respiration, then develop lungs as they age. They breathe through lungs on land, while in water they breathe through their skin. They are cold-blooded, using the environment to regulate their body temperature. They have webbed legs to move on land and also to swim in water. For example, frog, crocodile, turtle, crab, etc. Frog, tortoise, salamander, crocodile. Arboreal. Arboreal animals are animals that spend most of their time on trees. Arboreal animals live in the forest. The koala, lemur, flying squirrel, monkey, leopard, chameleon, tree sloth, tree frogs, snakes, birds, and lizards are arboreal animals. They have strong arms and legs to climb trees. They have strong claws to grip tightly the branches. A monk uses its long, muscular tail to coil around branches while swinging from branch to branch. Koala, tree sloth, monkey, flying squirrel. Aerial animals. Animals that fly are called aerial animals. Birds, bats and flying insects are aerial animals. They spend much of their time in the air. Instead of front legs, birds have wings that are covered with feathers. Bats have an extension of the skin. Bones are hollow to make them light. Very strong flight muscles are attached from the body to the wings. Pigeon, sparrow, crow, bat. Adaptation for protection. Reason for adaptation. Many factors create survival difficulties to the animals of areas such as extreme winter or heat, waves of flood. In these adverse conditions, animals show various kinds of adaptation, which is called adaptation for protection. Sometimes huge number of predators also cause adaptations in animals. Some very common adaptations are discussed below. Migration. Some birds living in very cold places, like Siberia, cannot survive the cold winter. They leave their homes in winter and migrate to warmer climates where they can find suitable climate conditions to get food easily. They come back to their home in summer or when winter ends. These regular trips every year are called migration. Camouflage. Some animals have the capacity to blend with surroundings, which is known as camouflage. This feature helps them to hide from predators, also helps them to catch their prey. Giraffes have a camouflaged coat that helps them to hide themselves from their enemies. In polar regions, Arctic foxes have brown coats in summer but grow white fur in winter. Their color blends with their surroundings and it is difficult to find them. The chameleon, a small reptile, can change its body color according to its surroundings. Giraffe, Arctic fox. Many animals protect themselves by running away from their enemies. Mice, deer and zebras run very fast to escape their enemies. The white fur of a polar bear matches with surrounding snow, making it difficult to find the bear. Deer, mice, zebra. Sci facts. Some tree sloths cling so tenaciously to trees that they continue hanging for days after death. Adaptation for food. On the basis of food habits, animals can be divided into 5 main groups. 1. Herbivores. Animals that eat only plants, grass, leaves etc. are called herbivorous animals. They have flat, sharp and strong grinding teeth to cut and grind plant matter. Examples of these are cows, horses, goats and deer, zebras, giraffes. 2. Carnivores. Animals that eat only other animals are called carnivorous animals. Carnivores have sharp tearing teeth for eating meat. Flesh-eating birds like eagles and vultures use their sharp beaks and claws to catch other animals and to tear their flesh. 3. Omnivores. Omnivores eat both plants and animals. Bears, crows, cockroaches and humans are omnivorous animals. 4. Scavengers. Some meat-eating animals feed on the flesh of dead animals. These animals are called scavengers. For example, vulture, hawk, hyena, etc. 5. Parasites. Some animals live on or inside the body of other living animals for their food. These animals are called parasites. Tapeworms, roundworms, hookworms and bugs are parasites. They have sucking tubes in their buccal cavity to suck blood from their host. Roundworm. Extinct and endangered animals. Though various types of adaptations are observed in animals, yet some animals have become extinct from the Earth's surface or are endangered. These may be due to climatic changes or excessive hunting by poachers, lack of food and loss of habitat. Some animals could not adapt themselves to the climatic changes, so they gradually disappeared. You can see them now only in movies. Millions of years ago dinosaurs roamed on the Earth's surface, but now they are not in existence. Similarly, woolly mammoth, saber-toothed tiger, Irish elk, dodo, Tasmanian tigers, passenger pigeon are no longer found on the Earth. These are called extinct animals. Animals like giant panda, tiger, blue whale, Indian rhinoceros, sea otter, snow leopard and Asian elephant are near the verge of extinction. These are called endangered animals. Woolly mammoth. Summary. The process of changing to be fit with the surroundings is called adaptation. Based on the habitat, animals can be grouped as terrestrial, aquatic, amphibians, arboreal and aerial. Some animals have the capacity to blend with surroundings, which is known as camouflage. On the basis of food habits, animals can be divided into 5 main groups: herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers and parasites. Keywords. Hibernation. Hibernation is a deep sleep that helps animals to save energy and survive the winter without eating much. Parasite. An animal that lives in or on other animal or plant and gets nourishment from them.